You know, I really don't like having to do this, but it has been made to my attention that my previous two vlogs might be confusing to some. So, a friend of mine has written out basically a statement of facts, and I'm going to read off that statement of facts for anybody that was confused by the previous two videos. And then I'm pretty much done with this topic. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's a non-issue, and it really shouldn't be any of this uproar at all to begin with. So, back in February, I spoke to Troy about having him battle Murda with the conditions that Murda would battle Unanimous first, because I was trying to build Unanimous's DMV resume. Troy agreed to this as a favor to me. I then went and presented the idea to Unanimous, who also agreed. After that, I went to Murda. At this point in time, Murda went and involved Shaka Pitts. Now, the offer in no way involved Shaka Pitts or pit fights as a whole. This deal was just for Murda. Shaka, being Shaka, asked that the Troy and Murda battle happen at pit fights, which in no way benefits Face Off, and I wouldn't go to the trouble of making this deal so that it would benefit somebody else. So I said no. Murda agreed to the offer that we had offered, which was he battle Unanimous in spring and Troy in fall if he battles Unanimous in spring first. He then battled Unanimous. So phase one of the deal that I had worked out, Face Off Battle League had worked out with Murda and Shaka at this point in time, was complete. In the pre-fight interview with Unanimous, I stated that Murda had a bigger resume locally, but that Unanimous had a better resume abroad. Murda took offense to this, and he and Shaka started publicly dropping vlogs, shitting on Face Off Battle League and myself. Murda demanded that his footage be taken down, re-edited, and put back out. He did this both publicly and privately in a conversation with he and Shaka Pitts and another member of Pit Fights ownership. Now, mind you, again, this deal had nothing to do with Pit Fights or Shaka Pitts. This is a deal that we had with Murda. But they came in and they demanded that Murda's footage be re-edited and put back out, omitting the statement that I had made. I refused. I refused for two reasons. One, it's petty, and B, and two, more importantly to me anyway, it's my footage. It's not Murda's footage. You're a guest in my ring. I paid for this footage. I paid for this event to happen. I promoted this. This all came out of my pocket. This is my footage. And I'm not re-editing it. I'm not changing anything. It's out the way that it's going to be out, and that's it, period. Then, on Shaka, on Murda's behalf, said, all right, well, if you're not going to re-edit it, then Murda needs to be compensated to battle Troy. This is not what we agreed upon. So again, I said no. I did not agree to pay you. I'm not going to pay you. You're going to honor the original deal, or I'm going to find somebody else to battle Troy. At this point in time, threats were issued by both Shaka and Murda. They made it vehemently clear that they weren't interested in the original deal. That deal's gone. I'm supposed to adhere to one of these two new deals. Face Off is supposed to come to one of these. You're either going to re-edit the footage, or you're going to, pay Murda. I'm not going to do either one of those things. Okay, well, it's a small city. I'll see you when I see you. Same thing Murda's saying now. He said then. That's what's going to have to be, because I'm not going to do what you're trying to demand of me. It's not going to happen. Now, they had the option of just sticking with the original deal. They chose not to. Okay. Shaka left the chat. I left the chat shortly after that. The third party, whose name does not want to be mentioned in vlog or comment, pulled me aside. We had a conversation. He tried to keep the peace. I never heard back from him after that conversation. At no point in time was it conveyed to me that they were down to keep the original deal. At no point in time. I've seen Shaka since then. I haven't spoken to Murda since then. It's 4 months ago. But I've seen Shaka since then. And not one point in time has the Murda fight come back up. Not once. Not at all. So as far as I'm concerned, it is what it was when we parted ways in that conversation. There is no deal. You demanded what you demanded, you didn't get it, and you issued threats. But you were no longer interested in the deal that we did work out. I didn't make that decision for you. I would have rather you kept the deal that we made. That's why I made it. I wanted that match to happen. As far as Shaka's footage, vlog being deleted, I deleted it because I knew it was going to be a lot of drama and unwarranted upheaval nonsense. Why? Because of his reply to my promotion of Troy's new opponent for fall. And his reply was basically it's Kung Fu treachery. How is it Kung Fu treachery? What fuckery is going on? I did exactly what I told you I was going to do. I did not adhere to your demands, and I told you I wasn't going to adhere to your demands. You issued your threats, and I went about my business. And I will continue to go about my business. Now, like I said, an attempt was made to keep the peace. But ain't nobody ever get back to Face Off Battle League or myself that peace was kept. It is what it is. Ain't nobody talking tough. These are just facts. This is just exactly what happened. Barbs.